Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the StarLadder I-League Invitational Season number 4. Chinese qualifiers coming at you. I am Breaky CPK, going to be your host throughout today, and well, if things go as planned throughout the rest of these Chinese qualifiers, we are just getting things kicked off. It is an 8-team single elimination bracket. By the end of it, we will know which team is advancing on to the main event that is the StarLadder I-League Invitational once again. Of course, that being a minor event in itself, a $300,000 prize pool on the line. Currently, we have Liquid and Newbie as the two invited teams. They'll be the only two invited teams. They're looking to be joined by 6 others. We actually had a couple of other qualifiers already finish. Europe, we had Kingwin. CIS, we have Empire. And South America, we have Infamous. So we need to figure out China, Southeast Asia, as well as North America. And then we'll have our 8 teams in total. So there you go. That's the quick recap as far as what's going on here with this event. Again, one of the many minors during the season. Doesn't make it that less important, though. Obviously, plenty is still on the line, and again, I'm excited to be here personally as we do see the draft kicking off. I am returning from the Captain's Draft Tournament that was held here in North America, where we saw the success of Vici Gaming, of course, ultimately getting to the finals. I don't want to get too much into that. Point is, so I'm trying to re-trigger my brain now. Here we are back in Captain's mode. What is more of the normal format, is safe to say. So we are flying through this draft. So let's go ahead and start talking about what we are seeing right here on the Radiant side of Gaming.Luminous. By the way, going up against LGD.Forever Young. Don't even think I mentioned the teams here that you see in front of you. Obviously, LFY, you should be very aware of this team. They've been around for a bit now and, of course, had great success at TI7. Have been out in a little bit of a slump since then. The new circuit hasn't necessarily been the greatest for them so far. So they're trying to, make some big plays here and obviously qualify and see what they can do further. On the other side, Gaming.Luminous. This is a team made up of players where I'm no expert in the Chinese region by any means, but I don't think we really recognize too many of these players coming from the region. In fact, on Wikipedia, only 2 of the players actually have a link that is available, and I'm looking through it real quickly. We have Zhao Ofu, which I'm probably mispronouncing horribly, and then Mevius, which there really is not a whole lot of information on them, even though there is a link available. So, point is, this is a team that is fairly newer, of course, to what is the Keen Gaming organization also, being newer on top of that. They did have a recent success, of course, in this cycle here. That is the Dota 2 circuit. The Bucharest Major Chinese Open qualifiers. They actually did get first place earlier on in the week. They had to ultimately defeat Newbie Young in the finals to advance on right there. So obviously that's they made it to the main qualifying portion of the event. So. Other than that, don't have the most on the table. All right, I'm getting lost here as far as talking about recapping the event and everything. Let's talk about the game specific now. Sorry, I like to do that. Anyways, we have a Faceless Void, Shadow Shaman, and Doom so far coming out for Keen Gaming.Luminous. On the other side, Omni Knight, Earth Spirit, and Phantom Lancer. You look at the lineups here. Keen Gaming.Luminous, Faceless Void, I would have been up in the air as far as is that going to be an off lane or a safe lane. Now you're leaning definitely more towards the safe lane. Doom could be a position 3, or position 4, that wouldn't be unheard of, but definitely the offlane Doom is more than likely. Probably picking up the Doom in the first place to be that hard counter of sorts against the Omni Knight, which on paper is, of course, Doom, the ability itself, fantastic against the hero. You get that off, and all of a sudden Omni Knight is just a walking creep, not doing too much in the fight, so that's the idea right there. But it's a lot easier said than done as well. So we'll see how he's able to pull it off and transition throughout this game. They're going to follow it up with a Tinker, actually. Very interesting. Coming down here from KG.Luminous. That is a 4th pick Tinker with still 2 picks to come for LFY. So this is a fairly greedy pick. Tinker is not someone you see usually too often, and when you do, he's kind of one of those last pick, all right, this is a good lineup to play against heroes. Unless you're just super confident with the hero. So again, I go back to, this is a team we really just do not know much about, so I'm actually trying to pull up a Dota buff right now, which probably should have done before here, but to get a little bit more information, and wow, Keen Gaming isn't even on the team list. Holy crap. All right, well, guess I'm not going to be able to do that right now. Maybe we can find them later on. Anyways, might as well pull up LFYs as I'm here. They go Dragonite as far as the mid-matchup is concerned. DK, of course, is just a fantastic laner in general with that regen, the Dragon Blood ability. Now, he will be annoyed by the lasers, no doubt, of Tinker as far as when it comes to his last hitting, but ultimately he's going to be able to sustain himself and do just fine. So probably one of the better options to go up against Tinker. It's safe to say, but again, this is where that risky factor comes into play of the Tinker pick. Not only do they not have their mid option yet on LFY side, but then they could also last pick. You figure they'll probably need what?
5 seconds remaining.
This is interesting because, yeah, unless I guess they may just go the Omni-Knight main support here even, or it could be Earth Spirit, but either or. Those are going to be your support options, and they're going to last pick an offlaner. But they ban Disruptor, so last picking a position 5 isn't necessarily the strongest. Disruptor would have been great against Tinker, to be fair. Also decent against Faceless Void, so actually that ban does make a lot of sense from King Gaming.Luminous. But yeah, finishing with the support hero is not something you see too often when it comes to the drafts in general. So very interesting here. We'll see what they end up going with. Again, something tells me that they definitely could go an offlaner, a more aggressive offlaner, one that could look to catch the Tinker. Because right now, they have the Earth Spirit, DK for hard stuns. Phantom Lancer can get in there with the Spirit Lance, and of course just running at you with this passive. They probably want a. I'm trying to think of a. If there's an offlaner that comes to mind that would be really good against the Tinker right now. Sand King, is he on the board? I mean, Sand King was on the board, but Broodmother, okay. Wow, that was a completely different direction than what I was expecting out of LFY. So it indeed is more of the core position. It's not going to be a support, so you'd figure Omni-Knight, Earth Spirit are your support heroes here.
10 seconds
Unless they plan to do like a DK support, which I don't see that happening, so... They go Broodmother, though. Somebody that will do fairly well in the offlane against the Faceless Void Rasta. Rasta's a very annoying support to go up against. An excellent harasser. Hits very hard, decent range, and, of course, Ether Shock. On top of that, Ether Shock is good against the spiders. Outside of that, I guess they don't have a whole lot of ways to take care of the spider, so that's why they maybe like the Broodmother pick the most right here, and just in general, again, a strong laner. And no matter the matchup, is very strong again. So reasons as to why they went the Broodmother here, just again, trying to think it out with you guys as far as why that pick happened. But, I mean, overall, it seems like it's definitely a strong pick right here. It's, again, just not the direction I was expecting by any means. All right, the final pick for KG.Luminous, though. So now how do you respond to this? Right now, they're looking like they're going to, yeah, because their draft is also set up differently, too, where are they last picking a position 4 right here?
Axe.
They're going to go Axe. So they more than likely are going to run the Doom position 4, as I was getting at earlier. It's not something we see often, but it is possible, and sure enough, that ends up being the case most likely. And Axe is the final pick, which I'm guessing is going to be the offlane. Again, not too familiar with the player. Xiaofu, according to Liquipedia, though, he is their offlane player. I'm looking at Liquipedia right now, and I don't see Mevius, but I'm guessing that's L. MS, okay, yeah, MS is their mid player. Zealot and Yuna, they both are not on the Liquipedia list. I don't know if they changed their roster recently or if this is just these are the players, but they're not using those same names. Anyways, whatever. All right, so they final pick an Axe. Axe is a pretty good pickup here when you think about it. Very strong against the Broodmother, very strong against the Phantom Lancer even, getting a lot of counter Helix proc. So I actually do like the Axe pick. It seems like both teams really force their final picks, so we're very reaction picks, which obviously is great, and you know, it makes sense getting to that point.
Prepare for battle.
All right, guys, so, again, I do apologize for the occasional pauses that I have. I've not only got to take those breaths, but got to drink, got to keep hydrated. I've got my coffee going right now. I personally, again, got back from traveling earlier this previous evening here, and I didn't really get the most sleep, so not to set up making excuses right here. I am excited and ready to give – this is my first actually official casting of the new year, so I'm definitely looking forward to this event. And the Chinese region, always a fun region to watch, no doubt. This should ultimately be a great tournament here. But definitely bear with me as I am doing the solo casting as well. Wasn't able to find a co-caster for these ungodly hours. 3 a.m. here. What am I doing? Casting Dota, because we enjoy it. All right. So, see the early setups coming about. 4-man gank squad up here for Gaming.Luminous. Probably going to make their way into the jungle over here as well. And we'll probably end up being a 2-2 split as far as the bounty runes are concerned. Would be my guess. At this time, you do see some vision being placed down for LFY. Meanwhile, in the offlane down here. So, yep, it is as expected. Splitting the bounty runes. In fact, Dragonite's going to get both bounty runes, so setting priority there. Super's on the DK. Again, no surprise. But he's going to the offlane. Interesting. So they are actually going to have Inflame on the mid Broodmother. All right. You know, I was wondering about that. Were they maybe just going to send the Brood mid, and then I guess they would have had to send DK in the offlane. I wasn't really fully thinking it out like that, but yeah, both teams doing some very funky stuff. You also have Axis down here. He was down here to match up against, I'm sure he wanted to see the Broodmother. You know, very good lane matchup for that purpose, but that's not the case. It's instead of Dragonite, and I don't know if he knows that the Earth Spirit's here just yet. So we'll see if they can make a play. Dragonite doesn't have anything yet, and maybe if they find a gank opportunity, could level up that early Dragon Tail, but not going to be the case, Earth Spirit. He's going to go elsewhere. He's going to port to the top lane, and he's going to look to make a play up here instead. Shout out to PPD, my boy. How's it going? Get the green wall. Emote spams in chat. Anyways, top lane, Shadow Shaman, he's in trouble. This is going to be first blood. Afu on his Earth Spirit. Ports to the top lane, and seconds later gets the first blood. Just like that. Faceless Void. He's obviously still just going at the CS, but Rasta even makes a point to port back up here. And Rasta's got to be careful, man. You know that he's going to be a target, and look at this. They're just going to reset. What can Rasta do? He can just walk. That's all he can do. The slow comes out. Oh, he doesn't actually have the Degenerate just yet, so never mind. It looked like he was running slower than he should be. But in the end, he does make his escape. Obviously, he got hit by the initial rolling boulder. But ultimately is able to walk away. But once that Degenerate especially kicks in, I'm guessing at level 2, Rasta, I don't know if he's going to be able to lane against this. So Z-Lot here will have to be careful as far as his laning presence is concerned. Middle lane, Broodmother. Doom is coming in the flank, but Brood, he's fine. He's not too concerned. Has the double Mango even, so that HP regen kicking in, setting up for a eventual Soul Ring, as you see right there. But yeah, right now, Tinker 12-7, so this is a matchup where, yeah, you'd figure Tinker's going to, by all means, still get free farm, but Broodmother, again, yeah, the laser spam is still going to be annoying for him, too, so I think this is more set up, oh, wow, top lane. Probably should have been paying attention to that. That's Faceless Void going down. He is not one you would have expected to die. Wow, Rasta not the target. Instead, Faceless Void's the target, and they must have caught him without the time walk. It wasn't on cooldown when I clicked. It might have just been coming off cooldown or something, but yeah, with that time walk, you'd figure you'd be able to get away. That's what happens when you solo cast, especially, man. I get caught up trying to make a stupid point. Then I miss a solid kill there. Apologies. Anyways, as far as that middle matchup is concerned, yeah, Broodmother, again, just always ideally going to be able to do fine. If anything, can transition into the jungle. Of course, being on the Dire side especially, can just go right up here into the jungle and farm it very effectively. I'm sure we'll see him take advantage of that throughout the game. Bottom lane, Smoke Inc. Looking to make a play. But as we see, wait, Tinker's down here. What the hell? Tinker's in trouble. So some lane adjustments coming out, and Tinker, he avoids the boulder smash at least. But the Dejanara is now online, and they're just going to run him down. DDC thwacks him with the hammer, and Afu will finish the job. Back to the middle lane, Broodmother. He's going to be gone on. Infernal Blade connects. The Shackles are out. He's using the Spiderlings, trying to take out Shadow Shaman, distract him if anything. That's not going to work, though. And Zealot indeed does get credit for the kill. So they make the transition, Keen Gaming does, to send Axe in the middle lane. Because, again, a very good matchup for him against the Broodmother. Not the friendliest at the bottom lane. And it does result in a kill, so well played right there. However, Doom's in trouble, but nice Shackles. Look at that range, man. Catching DDC, and if he doesn't Shackles exactly right there, then there's no way that Doom does get away. So well played, keeps him alive. DDC and Afu will instead go back to the bottom lane and look to run down Tinker now, who is working off that death. So, yeah, the swap is a little odd to me because Tinker was doing fantastic in that middle lane. And now they put him in the bottom lane by himself currently, and this is very likely going to be a second kill. Does he have Dragon Tail? He does. Not able to get it off right there. In fact, Afu has to run the other direction as the supports come in, so that's not going to be the case. And now Shackle's going on an Omni Knight. Oh, it's going to be stopped up with the Dragon Tail. Shadow Shaman. He'll be fine, however. Afu just more so playing distraction. The Shockwave and the Rocket will finish him.
Middle tower
Yeah, Afu going back in right there again. Simply trying to be bait, if anything, and baited a little bit too hard, going for that bounty rune spot and trying to help his teammates out. So, great kill from Keen Gaming.Luminous. But yeah, it goes back to this rotation decision from Keen Gaming.Luminous and sending Tinker to the bottom lane. I mean, he did live that time at least, so, but if you happen to die that second time, you really would be scratching your head. At least I would physically be doing that, but... Oh, the roam continues. DDC, man, he is just... Oh, that was enough damage. I thought he actually TP'd out it, but no, wasn't able to TP out in time. Broodmother coming over to assist, and Broodmother's not done. He wants to hunt to the bottom lane. He's sending the Spiderlings in, and MS, he knows he's in trouble. DDC sitting on top. They're just diving easily. 4 heroes kind of here. I guess it's just really 3 off. He's not technically here, but Broodmother now going after the Doom. Meanwhile, Elder Dragon form activated by Super. And Lyuda, he's going to fall as well on that Doom. That's a double kill for the Broodmother all of a sudden. And we have Axis trying to make a play. He does have that Coaling Blade if he can get next to the Brood, but there's no way that's happening. And again, they can dive this. Axe, he is so tanky, though. That would be risky. He does have the counter helix, level 4. So, yeah, they're being very careful. It's essentially, it's kind of like 3.5 melee heroes, let's be honest, right here. So, not going to dive the Axe. He's a dangerous target to do that on, but they'll be happy with what they got, no doubt. It's now a 6-2 lead in favor of the Dire side. So yeah, rotations continue to happen. Now Tinker's back to the middle. Tinker just really wants to stay away from this Broodmother. it's I don't know if it's that more than they want the Axe matched up against the Brood, but it's this laning phase so far, clearly something's throwing off Keen Gaming quite a bit. Back to the middle lane, Super. Oh, he's going to live. He got that level 2 Dragon Blood, good enough to stay alive. Also has the Soul Ring, which provides an extra 2 health regen. So he's fine. Speaking of being fine, though, Axe is very fine. He gets the early Vanguard. Going that over the priority of, say, the early Blink Dagger as soon as possible. Trying to think about that decision right here. Initiation would be super strong to have, especially against this Broodmother form right now. But it's a case of, does Keen Gaming really need that? Are they going to be looking to pick fights earlier on? They do have a Doom Rasta support combo, which is pretty aggressive, so they are going to be missing that Blink a little bit, I feel, but the Vanguard does tank him up massively. Now, great job by Broodmother right there, avoiding getting the Spiderlings caught on the taunt, and that might just save him. It does. That was great micro control from Inflame. It's not often you say that when he gets taunted, but again, the fact that he got the Spiderlings away, preventing them from also getting Berserker called, which no doubt would have procced massive counter helixes, keeps him alive, and he's able to sit in the lane and at least lead some experience for the time being. L's in trouble. He's like, all right, kill me, Roshan, please. No one's going for the illusion. He's like, no, attack me. What are you doing, asshole? Monet gets credit for the kill. The idea was correct for the Faceless Void right there. Okay, so he doesn't actually have a name, does he? No, I just realized that KGL is their full tag. Anyways, the man with no name on the Faceless Void right there, he does indeed go down to the Faceless Void. or to the, excuse me, to the Phantom Lancer. Tinker spamming out the wave here in the middle. With that March, is that maxed out? Not just yet, level 3 currently. How is Tinker doing? Let's switch over to the net worth here.
Radiant's top
Tinker's,
tower is under
he's down there on the chart, of
Radiant
course,
structures
so
are
not the
fortified.
greatest start for him. Yeah, Phantom Lancer we really haven't talked too much about, but Monet's been having a fantastic time at the top lane. That's the one lane that's kind of just been static, and he's doing fantastic. Faceless Void, on the other hand, not so much. It's been a struggle for the man with no name right here at the top lane. Diffusal Blade purchased, or going to be purchased by Phantom Lancer. Already has the one Blade of Alacrity, of course, so obviously very strong early item. Went a little bit of the build up here, the full power treads and the Ring of Aquila, but even the full magic one. But yeah, this Phantom Lancer, especially once it gets that Diffusal, is going to be very, very dangerous. But it goes back to this axe. Keep an eye on that Blink Dagger. Yeah, the ultimate is going to be the Blink Dagger, and then once he has a Blade Mill as well, then he's going to really be online, ready for some kills. But will his other cores be there with him is the question. Because right now, Faceless Void, he's going to go the Ring of Aquila, so he's trying to catch up to the Phantom Lancer in that sense. What build does Faceless Void go for this game is the ultimate question here. I feel like they're going to need him to build damage, so the idea of going something like a Blink Axe is kind of out of the question unless they're... You can't really rely on Tinker to be your big damage dealer, especially when he's having a very mediocre start himself. So this is going to be a hard game right now for King Gaming.Luminous. They're going to need a lot of time, and I think LFY knows that. That's why they're playing so aggressive, even with an Omni Knight Earth Spirit support duo. It is working very well. So as there goes the top tower kill, Monet able to take it out there. And that Diffusal Blade is going to be here very shortly at this rate. Tinker, Boots of Travel. He's trying to at least just finish those. Currently has 1,600 gold saved up, so he's just about there. And then once he gets the Blink, of course, that's when Tinker, quote-unquote, comes online. How's Broodmother doing? Second in net worth, 2,200 gold saved up. He's not sure when he's going to be going yet. Honestly, at this rate, I could see him... Oh, wow. Oh, no, Tinker's fine. He's just farming the jungle. He got low. Does he go the Orchid here? Orchid's a great catch tool on top of what they have in general with their spells to ideally, you know, if you do find the Tinker, being able to lock him down with an Orchid would be nice. The Faceless Void for that matter, whoever you find. I could definitely see the Orchid build coming out here for Broodmother. Speaking of Brood, Axe. All right, we know this. Without saying it, look at the micro again. He's keeping the Spiderlings away. Fantastic job by Inflame, and there's no chance for Axe. And that's the thing, where Axe on paper is a great counter to Broodmother, except when Broodmother's not actually using the Spiderlings on you. And most players in most tier brackets would be doing that and going in and not thinking about that, I feel like. But Inflame, let's just say he's above most players. He's a very confident player. He's been around for a while, and he really is doing a fantastic job of avoiding that counter idea that Axe is. So it's the second time we've now seen that where Axe is like, yes, please, send your Spiderlings in, and Flame's like, nah, I got this, fam. 8-2 start now in favor of LFY. Diffusal Blade is now finished on the Phantom Lancer. And you have Broodmother just chilling nearby. Yeah, guys, it does kind of suck. Unfortunately, I guess there was some confusion. I think we were supposed to maybe be on the English 1 stream initially. That's why the links were all sending you guys to that one. But that's actually the Southeast Asian qualifiers. I believe Mikros is over there cashing those. This is the Chinese qualifiers. So let people know. Got some Chinese qualifier action. 2 great best-of-3 series today and all throughout this week. As Inflame... That is space created right there, ladies and gentlemen. He's also sitting on 3,000 gold. Whenever a hero sits on this kind of gold early on, maybe we're just going to see the flat-out Radiance here coming out from the Broodmother. Oh, somebody got found. Who was that? No. Over here? Here's Shackles going off. There we go, Omni Knight, but no follow-up. In fact, Tinker, this is why he's going to lock in on the back lines. You see Doppelganger input access here with one calling played. Out comes the Guardian Angel. Faceless Void with the Chronosphere hits Omni Knight after the fact. Doom is applied to the Phantom Lancer now. He's trying to run the other direction. Great response from Gaming.Luminous, and they're going to pick off the Phantom Lancer as well. All they lost was the Rasta. Even despite the Guardian Angel unable to survive. So LFY getting a little too comfortable, diving at the Tier 1 mid tower. And Keen Gaming was ready to respond. And obviously Axe debuting the Blink Dagger right there. And as you always expect with the Blink Dagger on Axe, it's going to have very high impact. And it sure does right there. That's exactly what Keen Gaming needed. Talk about perfect timing. So very well played, and that is a bit of an opening now for them. If anything, doing that, slowing the game down a bit, really trying to get your Faceless Void time to recover, who's going to be going the Mask of Madness idea with what he currently has right-clicked over here. So there you go, the Morbid Mask purchase. So pretty committed to that now. I definitely think that's a great option. It goes back to they really just need some more raw damage here. Ooh, they lose Faceless Void, though. Wow, how did they catch him? Was Dragon Tail even used there? I don't even know if that was actually used there. It doesn't look like it was. They must have just caught him really low. Meanwhile, middle lane, Rasta goes down. Xiaofu, he goes in with the call. Omni Knight being locked out initially. Purification heal, though, keeps him alive. That Diffusal Blade burning all the mana of Axe. They do lose Omni Knight, but they kill Axe in response. So far, the better for LFY, and definitely the better as a double kill is finished, as Super will pick it up right there. And that goes right back to the tower. So that mid-fight, all of a sudden breaking out, and Axe not getting as big of a jump this time around. Also, the follow-up wasn't necessarily there like it was in the previous fight. LFY knows they have a big opening now. They're going to go for Roshan. And this is going to be a free Roshan. Chronosphere is still down for another 15 seconds. They probably see him at the bottom lane anyways, knowing that they have an easy opening here. The Radiant, I mean, you have to figure the Radiant is suspicious of this at the very least. I don't know if they're confident, but, well, now they definitely know. Aegis is picked up by Monet, and now LFY is feeling that much better. You do see the net worth lead did go down quite a bit after that mid-fight took place.
What have we here?
But what is the Graph doing? The Graph's like going, no, LFY is back in lead. It just looks kind of funny right there. And all of a sudden they're up by 6,000. Jesus. Middle lane, oh, what is going on here? BKB activated by the Broodmother, so that's out of a choice. They did lose on tonight right off the bat. Doom is applied to the Broodmother after the BKB wears off, so he's going to just walk on out. Figures, all right, no point to be here anymore. And actually, King Gaming comes out on top of that fight somehow, 1-0. Not the greatest 10-second BKB use from Broodmother. They ultimately get nothing out of it, and they even lose their Omni Knight in response. So kind of caught that as the fight was already happening. Not exactly sure how that really took place, but yeah, very curious choice from Inflame. That's a very we want to finish the game now build. I don't. That seems odd to me because this Broodmother has just been having absolute free farm. The Orchid, the Radiance, even like we're possibly expecting. A much more greedy build feels like would have been just fine for the Broodmother. But instead he goes for a BKB, and the 10-second use is essentially does nothing for him. So now he's already down a charge there in that, when you think about it. So LFY not going to let that deter them, though. The silence is up. The Boulder Smash connects. Afu being a baller as usual, and Faceless Void, he is definitely dead right here. Axe, he's coming in. He does have the blink still. Nope, going to be deactivated. As Super's on top of him, using that Shadow Blade to go on in, and Axe did not expect that. And he's going to land the Dragon Tail. Omni Knight running in, Purification heal, level 4. Yes, plenty of damage, and Super picks up a double kill, especially if they can kill Axe. They do not need to feel threatened whatsoever as far as getting initiated on now. So they're going to easily get the Tier 1 mid.
Radiant's middle tower
And, you know, they could definitely keep going. Obviously, they have the Aegis on Monet. Phantom Lancer going on the uphill, trying to find that Tinker. But Tinker, of course, does have the blink now. And going to be building the Aether Lens very shortly on top of that.
Yeah.
rocket spam happening. They're going to go for Super here at the bottom lane. He does have Omninet kind of nearby, but that was extra greed at its finest from Super. It did commit a Chronosphere for that kill, but that's on a very strong core. And you see the Streak Stopper. MS actually on the Tinker. 545 bonus gold for that 5-kill Streak Stopper right there. So he'll take it. Speaking of 8th Lens, Omni-Knight trying to build one of his own as really his first. He went Tranquil Boots too, very interesting. Top lane, what is that about? Doppelganger, oh my god, Phantom Lancer, he's dead. What is going on? LFY, both Dragon Knight gets caught by himself, and no, Phantom Lancer does, but let's just call it bait, because now they go for the turn kill. However, acts a big counter initiation. Counter Helix is going off, not nearly enough damage. Doom is active on Broodmother currently, but again, all of a sudden the mana's gone for Axe. He's trying to get into the well. It's not going to be in time, though. He goes down, and Zealot, he too will fall. Puts the shackles up on Brood as a last stand. That ain't going to work. And so he falls. That looked a little scary there for LFY, but the Aegis obviously comes into play to their advantage. And Phantom Lancer helps them to turn on to Axe eventually. So well played. You do see Tinker. He is now up on top of the net worth charts here, over 10,000 net worth. So MS is doing a great job of really starting to advance. Now this is a Tinker that was, really in the middle of the pack for most of the early game. But as Tinkers can do, he's enhancing quite a bit. I wonder if he's going to be going the Ags priority. Seems like it could be a strong choice here, as it tends to be. Currently doesn't have anything clicked, though. But yeah, Broodmother. So now he's going to be going the S and Y. So it really does just continue the theme of very mid-game oriented victory here. With their lineup, I mean, that's definitely a way to do it, especially when they're building across the board. Dragon Knight, he now has a full pipe finished. Didn't even realize that was being built in the first place, but he went the Shadow Blade. Now he has a full pipe on top of that, so good to go there. Phantom Lancer's even going for a full heart now after the simple Yasha that he has purchased, so it's going to be a bit of time before that actually happens. Spirit Vessel finished on her Spirit. Ooh, did they catch? That's a Broodmother. She got the BKB off before. Doom kind of walks into the Chronosphere, though. Axe with the call, and that's a kill. Oh, he's going way too early. Doesn't necessarily matter too much, but now that's going to be on cooldown for a minute. Got a little too antsy there. LFY, they got to be really careful about throwing away some heroes here. Broodmother, again, the BKB, both uses now. Really doing nothing in this game. So in Flame, it's who am I to question the Master in Flame? But man, I gotta say it's been a very curious item decision from him for that high priority BKB. But Axe, they catch him. Spirit Vessel's applied and spins a couple of times, ultimate to die seconds later. And that should be an easy tier 2 tower kill now for LFY here. There you go. And just like that, they have 5 tower kills now at 22 minutes into this game. It does feel like one of those games where it has been a little bit longer, but not the case. And I see a theme here. Dragon Knight also has the full heart queued up. Wow. They're just going to go massive tank, aren't they? They figure, especially when it comes to right-click damage, minus armor for that matter, that there's not a whole lot to work with on the Radiant side. You see Faceless Void. He's trying to finish a Shadow Blade, so he is almost there, which that'll help at least some initiation purpose. And the Ags is indeed the choice for Tinker. Are they going to go top lane again? Looks like they want to. Doom, it's applied. They're going in. Follow-up from Tinker. Broodmother just simply walking away, trying his darnest. He will go down, though. And actually, they spot the Dragon Knight as well. He got the Dragon Tail stun off. On a Doom, the Berserker's call, keeping in place, concealed a Dragon form in the backlines. Tinker is going to be sized up as well from Afu on the Earth Spirit. The Spirit lands for the Doppelganger. They get the kill on Tinker. Guardian Angel coming out to help save Super from follow-up damage. But losing Tinker, they lose a lot of that damage. And now Doom, he's trying to get the hell out of here. Nice Chrono Spirit, but again, the follow-up isn't the best. Either Shock helping a little bit. Zealot locking down the Earth Spirit, actually, and will help successfully get the kill on a Super NT. The forward progress, though, from the Phantom Lancer. Gets Berserker called in response, though. That was actually the Omni-Knight, excuse me. The Doppelganger away was successful from an A. And now he's going in to Rasta with a Spear Lance, and will secure that kill. Afu going the other direction. Got the unnamed man, Faceless Void. Another auto attack should do him in. Yes, he gets it off. Triple kill. They lose Axel. Monet going for the kill on Faceless Void. It's not going to be enough. Wow, that fight. What a clash between the two teams. I mean, Gaming.Luminous technically wins the fight when you look at the gold exchange and experience exchange in the end, but Monet kind of being the last man standing, that means he's that much closer to the full heart now. And we saw how difficult they were having a time killing him, but technically that was without Broodmother as well. He had got picked off seconds before that fight took place. So it really was a 5 versus 4. But definitely well played on their part. But you got to imagine if LFY is actually able to fight together as a team, Broodmother included, especially with that BKB, then it's going to be much more in their favor. So, good fight, though, from King Gaming.Luminous. You do have the full Ags now finished. Faceless Void, he's thinking of a BKB himself. Dragonite? Oh boy, he gets caught. Doom's applied, and
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
this is the one thing for LFY. They keep on insisting, Doom and Broodmother specifically, and now Omnight's going to get caught by Chronosphere. He's dead. That's just a 5 support Chronosphere technically, but still, that's now with him dead as well as the DK. That's going to be some objectives being done. However, maybe not, because they do need to get back. The Heart's finished off Phantom Lancer. But yeah, as soon as this response really happens, though, I'd figure LFY is going to fall back. But yeah, their one big fault this game has been both Brood and DK getting caught out of position and being a little bit too aggressive. And it really is odd decision, gotta say. But with the way they're building the items, specifically Broodmother again, you figure that's a let's group up and push and team fight, and then they're not really necessarily doing that the most. I mean, DK did want to finish his heart, so that's understandable there, I guess. But it does feel like if LFY just simply groups up and pushes as a team, then they're bound to have great success. Now, obviously fighting into a Chronosphere and an Axe Initiation if you're grouped up is deadly at the same time, so I guess from that perspective it's understandable perhaps why they're not, but they are going to try for the second Roshan kill a little bit. Phantom Lancer at least sensing some illusions. Start dwindling him down, but DK's back up, continuing his farm. He does have the 1 Vitality booster, so maybe try to get him the second one and then finish his own heart. Broodmother. Okay, Brood is actually going back to an Orchid, so what do I know? Now they go into the Roshan pit again. There we go, looking to pick a fight though.
Dire are scanning.
Initiation coming out right here. Axes it. Only jumps here a Spirit though. The Chronosphere hit several, but he did not catch the Omnight. Nice Guardian Angel response. Afu off to the side, at least gets his magnetized off. He is going to die, but at what cost for the Radiant team? The Faceless Void trying to time the lock away. Is it going to be enough? He's actually sitting on the outskirts. Pops the Shadow Hands. They do get the kill. Pops the Shadow Blade, excuse me. Do get the kill on Omni Knight. It is a 2-for-1 right now. Super going back in. Does still have a pipe use. Wants to use that. Was BKB activated for Broodmother? Absolutely was. Insatiable Hunger as well. But the Radiant team decided now to kind of reset here somewhat. At least they do deter the Roshan from being fully done. And now Phantom Lancer goes back in with the other cores. Again, Omni Knight, he's dead for another 10 seconds. Radiant team does not want to get this up for free. It's not going to be the most damage, though, so Faceless Void just kind of runs in. No Chronosphere down, though. Of course, they do see it with a Sentry Ward. Faceless Void, very risky maneuver on his part. He gets a time walk off, though. Time dilation popped after the fact. And he's going to survive for the time being. Has backup nearby to definitely keep him alive. Phantom Lancer, though, confident to chase. Has the pipe. And that heart, of course. Going back into the Roshan pit. So it's a slow Roshan kill, but it does look like it's going to be successful for LFY.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
And they decide to give the Aegis to Phantom Lancer.
Is under attack.
And the cheese to somebody else. Who did they give it to? Broodmother, it looks like. So now Brood has the cheese. His Orchid is going to be finishing full. He is level 20 as well. Has that 50 attack speed talent. And he just picks up right there. Earth Spirit's going to walk away. Gets out of there before he gets caught at the bottom. Phantom Lancer trying to finish that Manta style. And there's the hard finished on Dragonite officially now. So finally he's able to pick that up as well before another fight breaks out. So LFY is in the best spot here to definitely make a play this game and try to win it. But Gaming.Luminous, big smoke play. Chronosphere is ready. Full 10-second BKB as well from the Faceless Void. Cannot really find the best angle, though. Currently, Phantom Lancer, he's going forward. And he wouldn't be the best target. He'd be a good target to find, but you have to remember he has the Aegis, he has a heart on top of that. They're going to jump elsewhere, though. They go for Omni Knight. That'd be a great way to start this fight if they can get the kill. Omni Knight, the stomp on top of that, and there's the Colding Blade. Couldn't spare the backlines. Caught a couple, including the Broodmother. Super not in it, though. He's trying to do as much damage as possible, but Broodmother, he's dying. Insatiable Hunger, it's not going to be enough. He couldn't even get it off. However, they will lose the Faceless Void. Access going down as well. So a pretty solid initiation from Gaming.Luminous, but again, you got the really beefy heroes of DK and Phantom Lancer, proving to be too much. Tinker out of mana now currently, has to go back to the fountain and regen, so he's going to be out of this fight for the time being. Axe with the dieback. He buys back, goes in pretty quickly. They do end up getting the kill onto... Who do they kill? They killed off Fu right there, but obviously it comes at a cost of the dieback. Tinker is going to do his best, though, to keep them from trying to really push in, though. He's good at that, but now Doom gets caught. And Doom, he's going to die. Buyback is ready. Probably not worth it, though, at this point. They are going to be losing at least the middle racks. If they go for another set of racks, and I think it's safe to say they could look to fall back from there. Tinker. Oh, he gets out. Phantom Lancer says hello, but Tinker makes sure to get away before he gets caught. That bottom tower, it's going to start melting now, and Doom, if this tower goes down especially, you'd expect Doom has to buy back like here. He's still not buy back, though. Zealot's going to fall. I mean, Tinker can only do so much. Faceless Void is now back up. Doom 15 more seconds before he's actually just up naturally. But man, another set of racks is going to be gone at this point. The laser doing plenty. Maybe the laser is going to be enough, so Tinker is able to ultimately hold the base. Kind of by himself right there.
What have we here?
Sorry guys, let me check something real quickly as they do fall back.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Alright, our Spirit is able to get his Blink Dagger now, though. So yeah, clearly the initial target choice being the Omni Knight was a great decision from the Radiant team, and they did get the early pick. They couldn't through the back lines, but still not enough. We see Broodmother, Insatiable Hungers pop with the BKB, turning on Axe. Out comes the Chronosphere, though, and now Broodmother probably going to get picked off. So again, just simply gets caught by himself, and it's happened quite a bit for Inflame here. Even out of the cheese, choosing its best not to use it at that point, though. Tinker, Bloodstone finished. Pretty late Bloodstone, but liking the idea of the regen. We saw that last fight. He was constantly having to go back to the fountain to get more mana back. But yeah, that's kind of the one saving grace not right now for King Gaming, and the fact that he is a very, very effective base counter pusher. And the only reason why their bottom set of racks is definitely still standing. Hell, it could have been Mega Creeps. There was a lot of other heroes that was remaining alive. But Tinker pretty good at spamming the machines there. So DK, he wants to finish his own BKB now, of course. That makes sense against the Tinker. Phantom Lancer's going a different direction. He's going the Butterfly. And he's going to purchase it without a buyback, but obviously, you know, with his life pool now, having the heart on top of that, he should not die this game at its current state. So Faceless Void is still lacking a fair amount of damage considering where we're at in the game. He's always been playing behind when it comes to his overall net worth. Trying to pick up a Maelstrom. Maelstrom and the eventual Mjolnir will mean that all of a sudden his damage will be quite more deadly. Rune Mother, however, will pick up a double damage rune. And now he's doing plenty of damage. Phantom Lancer, also almost level 25. Oh boy, they know Faceless Void is here. Yep, they saw him initially. He goes for the BKB, the TP out, and do they have a stopper? I don't think they do. Yeah. So he gets away. Having to commit a BKB for that, though. So now that's going to be down to 8 seconds. There's at least the Maelstrom finished. And now a smoke play coming out from LFY. Doom, his own BKB has been picked up. Full 10 seconds, good to go. Oh, Rasta, gonna throw out the Hex on a Brood Mother initially. Off to the side, two different fights taking place. Faceless Void's caught, that's big. Zelot gets picked off elsewhere. Faceless Void is gonna fall. He could not time walk in time. And he does have a buyback at least. 70 seconds he's going to be dead for, but you'd figure he's going to be buying back when Chronosphere ready. Heading to the bottom lane, though, LFY. Going for the racks down here. Here we go. Expect that buyback's going to be happening. I mean, if they just give up the bottom set of racks, you see the top lane. By himself, Phantom Lancer up here, getting extra greedy. He's going to die. Doom is applied. There's no way he's getting out of this. He's dead for 100 seconds. We just mentioned he bought out right there, so he didn't have a buyback. And now Omni Knight's going to get picked off as well. The decision to split up like they did bites him in the ass big time. And now Brood Mother's on the run. He still has that cheese, remember. Also, the Insatiable Hunger will blink away. Item that he got recently. And survives to get the hell on out of there. But, man, LFY is not making this easy on themselves. I feel bad, especially with a top-tier team such as this, kind of going back to that, but it really does feel like LFY is like, I don't want to say they're not trying to finish this game, but they're getting so caught up on splitting up. I just don't get it. I mean, then again, there is the idea that if they're all grouped up, then they're going to get caught in these chronospheres, so I guess they're just playing the other game of if we're going to lose somebody, we only lose one person. But man, Phantom Lancer's dead. They didn't even get the bottom racks. That's still up. Middle lane, oof. Axe, he actually called right there. I don't know if he misclicked or not. I don't know if he meant to blink first. Brood Mother, though, just spawned some more Spiderlings. Fall back. Omni Knight even, he actually goes a medallion here. Wow, they're trying to steal wow, they get Roshan. They do Roshan very quickly. And now that's a refresher shard. That's a refresher shard for Doom. Double Doom's going to be happening now. Who do they give the Aegis to? Faceless Void? I mean, if the Radiant team wins another fight here, then this could really start going the other way. I mean, it's up until what just happened right there. I've been feeling so confident for LFY. But not so much anymore. I mean, LFY, even with heavily farmed Phantom Lancer, who is level 25, by the way, so he has that 30% critical strike now. You got Dragon Knight, who's actually going Orchid himself. Looks like that's being delivered. They have 3 cores that are all farming very well up here on the Networks chart. Tinker's enough of a counter push to stall this game out, and you have very strong team fight on the side of Keen Gaming, led by the Faceless Void Initiation. So they cannot get caught out alone. Super opens onto the Faceless Void. Here we go. BKB from Doom applies Doom to Dragon Eye. That's his first Doom. Remember, he does have the Refresher Shard. Faceless Void going back in. He's getting so low, though. He's going to end up falling. The Aegis will be popped as a result. The second Doom, not ready to use it. He doesn't have mana to use it, actually. Comes back up to the Faceless Void. Chrono Spirit only hits a Dragon Eye for the time being, so not the greatest target. Omni sitting on the outskirts. He's just going to throw out a heal. It doesn't even need more. Afu will get picked off by the Coaling Plate in the midst of the fight, so not the most damage being spread out. The Radiant team playing very defensive. MS in the back lines, doing a great job keeping his distance. You do see Broodmother getting low. The Doom on him, and Broodmother's going to end up ticking down, actually. Omni Knight could not get over there to save him. The Guardian Angel already committed as well, and the Purification was on cooldown. So Broodmother falls, and that's 2 players dead on the dire side. But LFY, the rest are going to stay alive, and they'll actually retreat. Not going to go further, of course. The good news is that's all they lost. Fighting into an Aegis and a double Doom. So yeah, reset here for LFY. Let Brood and Air Spirit come back up. Maybe finish those next tier of items. Dragon Knight, he does have the Orchid. It's going to be a while before his next one. Broodmother, man, he's still going to be away from the full-on Bloodthorn. Maybe try to finish that in full, though, before. Faceless Void, however. MKB almost finished on him, so you wait another couple of minutes. That'll be taken care of on Faceless Void, and all of a sudden that evasion, not necessarily as big of a deal, and just also insane damage coming out. So he never finished that Maelstrom, did he? I thought I saw him even finish it. I guess he changed his mind, though. Interesting. How's Tinker looking? Tinker has the dig on level 3. Yeah, MS clearly is a very confident Tinker player. Of course, at this level, you'd expect that. Anyone that picks up Tinker, they're going to be comfortable playing the hero, and he really is doing a great job of keeping his distance. And I guess that's the weak spot of LFY's lineup. They're having difficulty sticking to the Tinker, getting on him in the first place, and taking him out in these fights. And so he's able to kind of just freely sit back and do what he can. Just spam spells.
Time is money.
Middle lane, they're going to find a kill on a Doom. Maybe. BKB is going to be popped. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. One more auto attack. Doppelganger forward. Yes, it is going to kill Axe. Call. He has to get back, though. Blade Mail's up. Going to be thrown out by the Yules. He pops his own BKB, continuing to run. Super jumps at the back line. He catches the Faceless Void, going to get him to about half life. Silence. He pops his own BKB, though. BKB's going off across the board. Broodmother sitting on top of the Axe. Time Walk finally used by Faceless Void. He didn't get the most life back, though, but Axe, he's going to fall. And he's dead for 90 seconds. No buyback. 60 seconds for Doom. And they're going right for Tier 4. LFY wants to finish this game right here, right now. They decide better of it. Let's go for the racks now. The laser spam is real. Tinker, though, gets caught by the Yules. The boulder smash Afu with the connection. Chronosphere coming out from the Faceless Void, trying to do a last stand of swords by Tinker. He's definitely going to fall. He has a buyback. Using it immediately. Coming back in. Guardian Angel popped up. They're going for the kill on the Faceless Void, and that's a dieback onto him. He's dead for 100 seconds. And this should now be the beginning of the end for LFY right here. Broodmother still has the cheats, and he's going to die without even using it. But GG is called by Gaming.Luminous, and that will make it official. So game number 1 in the books. It really feels like that took a lot longer than it needed to for LFY's sake, but they do at least get the job done against Gaming.Luminous. Got to give props to MS on that Tinker. with that said, he's the one that definitely kept his team in it, if anything, and allowed Faceless Void to become much more of an impact. The early farm of Axe didn't necessarily pay off as they were hoping for him as well. He did get the early kill with the Blink, which was nice, but the momentum was definitely controlled by Forever Young. Their 3 cores especially doing a great job of getting as much farm as possible and helping to win that game eventually. So not the prettiest game, as that tends to happen, but in the end, LFY takes the first game here in this best of 3. Again, this is a single elimination qualifying tournament, and right now we have LFY's up 1-0 over Gaming.Luminous. So we're going to take a quick break, guys. Once again, I'm Breaky CPK. Going to go get some water. We'll be back here, though, after a short break, so stay tuned. We'll be back.